Hey guys, it's another one of these quarantine videos. I'm trapped in my apartment. We're really not going outside too much. Me and Christy and Stella have been staying inside just watching movies. And I figured I'd use that time to do some extra videos for you guys to make this go by a little bit quicker, give you something to watch, give me something to do. Everybody wins. I'm also trying to do some things that are a little bit different, so I'm actually going to be doing a superhero timeline, which I haven't done in a while, and this is going to be a mini timeline since it's only 2 movies. We're going to be talking about The Guyver, which is actually an adaptation of a Japanese anime and manga series that has been going on for a very, very long time. We're not talking about any of those. We're just sticking to the American movie versions of them and see what happened there. It's just a 2 movies, so mini timeline. Let's check out the continuity. So, back in 1991, after the success of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie, New Line tried to duplicate its success with an adaptation of a Japanese manga called The Guyver. It starts with a Star Wars crawl letting us know that aliens created the human race and that some of them can become monsters called zoonoids. We're also told about the unit, no entendre, I think, that allows its wearer to become the Guyver, a bio-boosted alien armor. Dr. Sagawa here has stolen the unit, and we meet our bad guy, Pluto, and one of his henchmen is Jimmy Walker. Dynamite! And everyone transforms into zoonoids and fights, and yeah, I know that they're kind of Power Ranger-y, but they're pretty cool practical effects. We're introduced to Sean and his girlfriend Mizuki, and the voice of the Joker shows up, and hey, here's the film's poster. Mark Hamill's going to be the Guyver, I guess. We meet our main villain, Dr. Hill, and Sean here stumbles upon the unit, and while facing the world's least convincing gang of all time, he fuses with the unit and becomes the Guyver. Wait, he's the Guyver? So I guess Mark Hamill will become the Guyver like later on in the movie, right? So he's bulletproof and really strong, and he has this blade on his elbow. And wait, it's on his elbow. That's a really inefficient place to have those. Linnea Quigley makes a cameo, and when zoonoids try to kidnap Mizuki, Sean transforms and takes them on. During the fight, we learn the Guyver's weakness, which is the big round thing in the center of his head. For the ultimate fighting armor, the unit kind of sucks. It takes the main weapons and puts them out of the way, and takes the main weakness and puts them right up front. And then, even though this has been mostly played up as a kid-friendly movie, he slices open the female monster and then has the control metal ripped out of his head, which seems to kill him. We're then introduced to Jeffrey Combs playing Dr. East. Get it? Sidebar, Reanimator timeline eventually. So Doc East swallows the control unit, which is regrowing itself, and a fully formed Sean emerges.
You can't kill me. I've been rejected by death.
He kills the bad guys, some by actually tearing open their heads, but then the testing that they did on Max kicks in, and he transforms. Not into the Guyver, but some sort of cockroach monster, and then dies. So I guess he doesn't become the Guyver? Damn you, video box cover! Balkus transforms into the Zoa Lord, but Sean uses the Mega Smasher to destroy him, although we find out that Zoonoid Striker has survived. So there's no date in this one, but Real-Time 91 works. 3 years passed, and I guess that there was enough interest in a sequel, so the first film's co-director Steve Wang brought us Guyver Dark Hero in 1994. I should quickly point out that this is a much darker, more serious R-rated version than the first film and was made for 1/3 of the budget. We're told that it's a year since the events of the first film, so possibly 1992, and our boy's back, but this time he's a lot more violent in his approach. Sean is recast and is now played by David Hayter, who is mostly known as the voice of Solid Snake and the writer of the first couple X-Men movies. Sean checks the paper and holy crap, that the text of the paper is the script to the movie of the scene that we're actually watching, which means that this paper knows the events of Sean's life and is printing it, which is pretty bizarre. Mizuki has also been recast, and they break up. Sean goes to check out an archaeological dig to discover the unit's origins, and discovers cave drawings of Guyver's and a skull that looks like Lisker from the last film. A new Zoanoid shows up, and the dig uncovers a full alien spaceship, and there's a bizarre amount of out-of-focus shots. We also find out that even though Sean destroyed the Kronos Corporation in the last film, it was only their LA contingency, and they have offices all over the world. Atkins here is a government agent, and they get into the ship and find another Guyver unit, but it turns out part of the crew are with Kronos Corporation, and Crane here is their leader with some actually effective early 90s morph work. Love interest Corey's dad is also a Zoanoid, but a good one, and Sean has to save the day, and in one of my actual favorite superhero movie moments, he uses the transformation as a parachute.
Guyver!
I know the effects are a little sketchy now, but come on, how awesome is that? There's bloody fights, and a new Zoanoid who looks just like Lisker shows up, and the ship shows Sean the truth. There's the opposite of that good morphing from earlier, and a series of final face-offs, but Crane uses the other unit to become a Guyver Zoanoid, although it's a damaged unit, but not so damaged as it actually has the blades in a convenient place. This is way more effective than blades on your damn elbows. Cody shoots the control metal, and Sean rips it out, which apparently activates a nearby strobe light for some reason, and then Mega smashes him. It's then revealed that the Guyver is actually a failed experiment by the aliens, and the humans rebelled against them. The ship returns to the stars, and Sean goes on as the Guyver. So they never say the year in this one either, so you can either place this one in real-time 94 and the first one in 93, or the first one in real-time 91 and this one in 92. Either way, they just need to be 1 year apart. So there you have it. It's two movies with pretty solid continuity. It makes perfect sense. The thing flows from one to the other, although they feel like completely different movies. I would like to have seen the second movie with the budget of the first one. The first one's kind of pretty terrible. It feels like they tried to make a kids movie, but then they wanted to make it more violent, and they could not quite decide which way to go with it. It goes from like really cringy monster rapping scenes to just somebody being split in half. It doesn't make a lot of sense. The second one I think is actually pretty fantastic. It suffers from the budget. It's obviously pretty low budget. The acting is a little dodgy at times. It's not the best acting, and obviously some of the production value isn't quite there because they made the movie for I think right around $1 million. But I think it's actually done pretty well. It works really well. I enjoyed it. I would, like I said, I would like to have seen more of this series in that tone. Definitely didn't want to see more in the first movie's tone. Second movie's tone, absolutely. If you've seen these movies and enjoy them, let me know down in the comments. If you would like to see more of these Guyver films or want to see more of it, please know that there's also a Japanese anime series out there. There are Japanese manga out there as well too. There's tons of them, lots of Guyver stuff out there besides these movies. I'm just covering these, so you don't need to tell me about them down below because I am fully aware. I've read them. Also, please obviously like this video, subscribe it, do all that kind of stuff that we would normally do. Check out my Patreon page over here. Not working right now, guys, so patrons are really kind of helping me out here. So that's awesome. So I hope you're enjoying the quarantine movies here, the quarantine videos. There's going to be possibly one or two more of them. You're definitely going to get a regular video coming out, and I hope you enjoy this one, and we'll see you again for another great video. Thanks, guys. Bye.